Welcome to The Explainer. I was just thinking, don't you ever wish life came with an actual instruction manual? Just a straightforward guide filled with all the essential tools you need to navigate everything from that nagging anxiety in your own head to the vast interconnected mysteries of the universe. Well, today's explainer dives into exactly that. We are unpacking a beautifully serene, philosophical survival guide written by a father, Alexander James, and the amazing part, it was originally intended for an audience of exactly one, his daughter.
For Sasha Rose, my darling daughter, may this book answer all your questions and help guide you on your journey. Love, Dad. Right off the bat, you can tell this isn't some dry, clinical self-help textbook. It is literally an outpouring of love. Alexander James wrote this dedication out of this deep, profound biological and spiritual responsibility he felt toward his daughter. He wanted to make absolutely sure that no matter the physical distance between them in life, she would always have his guidance. He's basically handing her all the hard-earned wisdom he wishes he had learned in school or from his own parents.
So, written when James was just 33 years old, this foundational guide, which is titled Things I Wish My Parents Taught Me, or at least I had learned at school, is this incredible distillation of 18 years of intense personal growth, exploration, and of course, learning from past mistakes. Now, James is super open about the fact that he doesn't know everything, but he has carefully curated what he believes are the absolute most powerful ideas out there to help a person become stronger, wiser, and far more capable in a world that, let's face it, is full of suffering. Here is the roadmap for our journey today. The guide is broken down into 1. Your mind, 2. Your body, 3. Your mother, 4. Your father, and 5. Your family. Let's start right at chapter 1, Your Mind. To really grasp how to operate our inner world, James breaks human consciousness down into 3 distinct states. First up, you have the unconscious. These are your autopilot routines, like driving to work or grabbing your morning coffee without even thinking about it. Second is the subconscious, which handles the autonomic functions keeping you alive, like your heartbeat and digestion. And third, we have the conscious. This is your true awareness, your higher self. And the ultimate, absolutely crucial lesson James gives his daughter here is that your mind is actually not you. You are simply the awareness observing the mind. He says if you can just detach from all that mental chatter and step into your higher self, you can avoid a massive amount of mental suffering. And that leads right into this incredibly powerful, actionable concept, your mind is your body. The author argues that they aren't separate at all. When you visualize your future and hold on to specific, intentional thoughts, you are literally teaching your body to prepare for those events. Your emotions are acting like a magnet, so if you focus on high vibrational thoughts and stop identifying with every passing anxiety, you actually rewire the chemistry of your brain and begin to attract a totally new reality. It's a real game changer.
Which flows perfectly into Chapter 2, Your Body.
Now that we understand the awareness inside the vessel, we have to look at how we treat the vessel itself. James teaches Sasha that the body is a temple, and treating it with immense respect is the ultimate act of self-love. You are what you consume, right? And it's not just the food itself, but the energy of that food. You need high vibrational, clean energy. On top of that, you absolutely must allow your body to repair itself. That means getting 4 to 6 sleep cycles, which comes out to roughly 8 hours a night. And finally, you've got to embrace a use it or lose it mentality. Push yourself to learn new things, study, and keep growing, because physical vitality naturally clears away the mental fog. Moving right along, we arrive at Chapter 3, Your Mother. Now, he's not talking about his daughter's human mother here, but rather the environment that sustains every single one of us. Think about the profound interconnectedness of all life. Your own body is a macro environment. You feed, water, and care for trillions of living cells inside of you every day. Well, in that same exact way, you are essentially a single cell living inside the macro environment of Mother Earth. Just like you care for your cells, Mother Earth unconditionally nurtures, provides for, and deeply loves you. We aren't just standing on the Earth, we're quite literally a part of her living tissue. And because of this incredibly deep connection, we have a profound responsibility to maintain it. The big takeaway here is active respect for this delicate balance. James gives some very practical advice to Sasha. Give back. Simple acts like composting her leftovers return vital energy right back to the soil. He even encourages her to speak to animals in nature, to actually share her emotional energy. His point is, if you treat nature as a living sibling rather than just a resource to exploit, you will literally never feel alone.
Let's transition into the spiritual realm now with Chapter 4, Your Father.
If Mother Earth is the physical world holding us, your father represents the invisible energy connecting us. James uses this concept to describe the universal mind. The symbol is a beautiful, classic representation of this interconnected consciousness, the divine, unified energy source that binds all living things together. The author explains that we are all part of a shared body of light and energy. That feeling of separation we often have from other people or from nature, that's just an illusion of our three-dimensional reality. Ultimately, we are all made of the exact same divine source.
So how do we tap into this universal mind? James points directly to the practice of Zen meditation. By deliberately stepping outside your noisy, chattering mind and becoming a tranquil spectator of your own life, you can actually access the collective consciousness. And the really beautiful realization here is that deep down, you already have all the answers. The wisdom of the universe is already sitting right inside you. You just have to get quiet enough to remember it.
And finally, we touch down in Chapter 5, Your Family.
After soaring through the cosmos and exploring all this spiritual interconnectedness, James brings his daughter gently back down to Earth. This final chapter grounds all that lofty philosophy in the beautiful, wonderful, messy reality of human relationships. He documents his own timeline, detailing their family tree, the story of how he met Sasha's mother, the incredible day he met Sasha, and their favorite memories together. Why do this? Because while spiritual detachment is absolutely vital for inner peace, knowing your human roots, understanding exactly where you biologically came from, gives a child the firm, loving foundation they need to actually grow. If you understand yourself and the world around you, you will find it easier to make the right choices in life. The whole overarching intent of Alexander James's work here is total empowerment. Look, there is always going to be suffering and confusion in the world, but if you can master your inner awareness, treat your physical temple with the respect it deserves, honor the earth, and connect with that universal mind, you are no longer just a victim of circumstance. You literally become the author of your own reality. We've explored the deeply loving, philosophical tools one father wanted to pass down to his daughter to help her navigate existence. But, seeing all this really makes you think about your own journey. What hard-earned wisdom have you fought to acquire? If you were suddenly tasked with writing a guide for the next generation, what is the single most important life tool you would include that they definitely do not teach in school? Take a moment to reflect on that. Thank you so much for joining me today on The Explainer, and keep learning.